So now we're going to continue on with the sine and cosine laws. Now we're just going to do a few questions that involve us using both the sine law and the cosine law in the same question. So I'll draw out the first triangle, or something that looks like a triangle. Label it angle A, angle B, angle C. That side's 14, that side's 17. The angle in the middle is 72 degrees. So this here is side A. Straight away, by just looking here, I've got two sides and the angle in the between, so that tells me I can use the cosine law. Side A is what I can find first. So I'll write the cosine law out like this: a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine A. Put in the numbers I know. 17 squared plus 14 squared minus 2 times 17 times 14 times cosine 72. And if I put in all the numbers, that comes out at, what, 337.9, which tells me that side A is equal to 18.4, so I can put that in there. That number looks about right, it works well with those ones, so it looks good. At this stage I could use the cosine law again to find angle B, but that'll involve me messing with the cosine law, transposing it to get it in the right form. So usually at this stage, once you can use the sine law, use the sine law, because the sine law is simpler. So now I'll just use the sine law here. I'll just write it out to get A over sine A equals B over sine B. And that is usually a pretty good rule. Use the cosine law when you have to, but if you can get away with using the sine law, use that first. Put in the values I know here. So there's the 18.4 I found using the cosine law. Divided by sine 72 equals 17 over sine B. Rearrange this, so what I can do is cross multiply. 18.4 sine B equals 17 sine 72. Divide both sides by 18.4. So that and that cancel out. Sine B equals 17 sine 72 over 18.4. That comes out at, what, about 0.878, just rounding off the calculator a bit. And then if I use, so I'll just write it out again here, sine B equals 0.878, and then use the inverse sine function on the calculator to get angle B equals 61.5 degrees. And then it's just a simple fact of total degrees in a triangle is 180. 180 take off 61.5 minus 72 means this one here must equal 46.5 degrees. That's an example of using them both. Let's quickly do. Oh, wrong button. Let's quickly do another one, with me probably pressing the right buttons this time. Let's draw another triangle, or something close to a triangle. Right, let's do some different letters for a change. B, angle P, angle O. That side's 11, that side's 7, and this is 40. Straight away you can see I've got two sides, I've got the angle in the middle, I can use the cosine law. So the side I want to find is that small p over there, so that's where I'll write it out. P squared equals b squared plus o squared minus 2bo minus 2bo cos p. Remember, this is a letter O, not a 0. Remember, right back at the beginning I said just make sure that you got that letter at the front is the same as that letter at the end, and these two match up with those two. We're done. Put in the values I know. So B is 11, so that's 11 squared. O is 7 squared minus 2 times 11 times 7 cosine 40. Then I put all that in the calculator. I get p squared equals 52.03. Take the square root of both sides. P is about 7.2. So now I know that this side here is 7.2. And now again, you could use the cosine law here to find the next piece of information if you wanted to, if you really want to start messing around with transposing formulas. But I can use the sine law as well. So that'll be the easier way to go. And if I use sine over sine b equals p over sine p, because I know both that side and this angle, and I also know this side, so I can use those in the sine law. Put in the numbers. 11 over sine b is equal to 7.2 for sine 40. Cross multiply again to start with. 11 sine 40 equals 7.2 sine b. Divide both sides by 7.2. 7.2 there, 7.2 there. Those two cancel out, so 11 sine 40 over 7.2 is equal to sine b. Put those numbers in there and I get 0.982. So write it out here again. Sine b equals 0.982. Use the inverse sine function on the calculator. Gives me the angle b equals 79.1 degrees. So that there is 79.1 degrees. And again from there, it's pretty straightforward.